Just kind of let yourself come into the space today. Let the back of your body kind of melt into the ground, feeling that stability and support from the ground beneath you. Let your body begin to soften, letting go of any tension that you feel. Just starting to scan your body now. So as we begin to turn our attention inward, I invite you to notice areas from the top of your head all the way down to the feet, kind of where you might be holding tension. Maybe areas that you need to a little bit more focus or be a little bit more mindful of today as you practice. Because really this time is about checking in with yourself, seeing if there are things or areas of the body that you can move or be mindful of, just to kind of allow you to unwind a little bit from the day and sort of what's already occurred and prepare you for the rest of your day. You can put one hand over the heart, one hand over the navel center, and just begin to observe your breathing without changing or modifying it in any way. Start to notice your breath, where you tend to breathe more, whether it be your chest or your belly. And just notice the quality of your breath. As you're ready, start to shift the breath low into the belly, allowing that belly hand to rise as your belly fills with air on the in-breath, and then allowing that hand to fall down as your belly relaxes with the out-breath. You can lengthen the breath to whatever feels good for you today. Maybe gently lengthening the exhale slightly longer than the inhale. And as you continue to breathe deeply, go ahead and set an intention for your practice today. So something you'd like to focus on, something that's going to give your practice a little bit more meaning. We'll take one more cleansing breath, inhaling through the nose. Big, heavy sigh through the mouth. And then when you feel ready, go ahead and slowly start to draw the knees in so your kneecaps face up towards the ceiling. And keep your feet either hips distance apart or maybe slightly wider. We'll take the arms up to either a T shape or goalpost arms and just start to windshield wiper the legs. So as these are our first kind of spine and hip movements of the practice, just kind of ease yourself into it, gradually increasing that range of motion, letting the knees fall a little bit further to either side. Just kind of moving with your breath here. The next time you're your legs fall to the right side, go ahead and extend your gaze to the left. Keeping your shoulder blades on the mat. Inhale the knees back up to center and slowly let them fall to the left, turning your gaze to the right. Once again, shoulder blades connect to the earth here. Knees back up towards the center. Go ahead and grab behind the thighs, or you can grab on top of the shins. Pull both knees into the chest and just start to slowly rock from side to side, massaging out your low back. And we'll extend the left leg long, so heel all the way out to the floor. Draw the right knee across towards the left shoulder. Start to lengthen the outer hip and glute on the right side. If you'd like to extend your right arm out to that T shape or goalpost arm, you can do that. We'll pull the knee in towards the chest and then grab behind the thigh. Extend your foot up towards the ceiling. Just begin to find some length into the hamstrings. So you can point and flex your foot here, rotate your leg, whatever feels good for you. Allow the breath to flow to the back of the thigh. Then bend the left knee. Place your left sole of the foot on the mat and take a reclining pigeon pose. So we'll cross that right leg over the left. Maybe give a little gentle overpressure on the inside of that right knee or thigh area. Feeling a little bit of opening into the hip. And then if it works for you, you can draw the legs in, grasping around the left thigh. Rocking might feel good here. Some other movements in the ankle or the left leg. Just kind of listening to your body. Uncross your legs, pull both knees in towards the shoulders. Either pause here for a gentle lengthening across the inner thighs, or you can make your way into happy baby if that feels available to you today. Pulling the knees back into the center. This time extend the right leg all the way out, so heel to the floor, pull the left knee across the chest, guiding it over towards the right shoulder, finding some length into the left outer hip and glute area. Taking that left leg, extending it all the way up towards the ceiling, grabbing behind your left thigh. Find some length into the back of the thigh here. And step that right foot in, sole of the foot on the mat. Take your left leg, coming into reclining pigeon here, allowing the left knee to fall out to the side. Some gentle overpressure might feel good. And either staying here or drawing the legs in, whatever works best for your body today, noticing that there might be a slight difference in the pose modification that you take from side to side. And then either holding and finding stillness or inviting some movement, whatever feels good for you today. And then uncrossing the legs one more time, knees spread wide towards opposite shoulders, happy baby, or just continue drawing the knees in. And then when you feel ready, pull the knees closer to your chest and just start to rock and roll lengthwise along your spine. Doing that a few times, eventually crossing at the ankles, and then making your way over into tabletop, hands and knees. We'll start to cycle through cat and cow at your own pace. So using your in-breath to drop the belly down, lifting your gaze. On your exhale, press away, coming into cat. Just allowing your head and neck to follow your spine, letting your breath guide the pace of your movements today. And feel free to add on to cat and cow. So many of you have practiced yoga for a very long time. So kind of do what your body feels like it needs. You might find that tucking the toes under to lengthen the bottoms of the feet feel good. You might find that letting your hips drop more forward into cobra pose might feel good. And you might choose to just drop your sit bones back and melt into extended child's pose, pausing there. So see what you need today. See what feels good as we begin to warm up the spine. So we'll just take a few more cycles here of cat and cow, moving with the pace of your breath, listening to your body today. And then as we start moving, kind of paying attention to keying in one more time to just how things feel. Finishing the cycle that you're on. If you feel ready, we're going to walk our hands more forward towards the top edge of our mat. Make our way into our first down dog. If you're not quite ready for down dog, feel free to continue some spine warming movements there with cat and cow and other varieties. Otherwise, as you press into downward facing dog, I invite you to think about melting the heels towards the floor. So we're gonna focus in today on lengthening the back of the lower legs. So think about heels melting towards the floor, extending through the knees, or just moving in that direction. Allowing your feet and hands to press away from each other. You're lifting the sit bones up and back, and then letting the rest of your spine follow. And then maybe alternate bending a knee slightly. So still keep pressing the heel to the floor, but let your knees soften a little bit. That'll take that stretch a little bit further down the calf, closer to the heel. And you can pause there if that feels restricted. Just invite some length into the back of the leg. On an inhale, when you feel ready, bring your feet back together so they're about hips distance apart. And then we'll step the right foot forward and come up into a low lunge. So set your back knee down, walk your hands up your front thigh, and then sweep your arms up over your head, settling into that front knee, patting that back knee if you'd like. Think about pressing the front of your left hip forward. So opening that left hip flexor, letting the tops of the shoulders soften. On an exhale, take a spine twist to the right. So shoulders stack up over the hips here. You could do an optional quad stretch if that was available to you. If it's not, don't worry about it. Good, slowly setting that back foot down. Inhale the arms up over the head. And then as you exhale, drop your right arm down, reach your left arm up and over. So side stretch to the right. And then as you exhale, slowly come back to center. Breathe in, sweep both arms up. Exhale, take the hands down to the mat. Curl your back toes under, downward facing dog. Just kind of pause here, let the breath flow to the back of the thighs, the back of the calves. And then looking forward, this time we'll step the left foot through, set your back knee down, come up to low lunge. Tucking the tailbone under, pressing the front of the right hip forward. Breathing in, let your face and jaw relax. On an exhale, twisting to the left this time. Once again, shoulders over your hips, optional quad stretch, so you'll reach back for the instep of that back foot. Keep turning your chest to the side. So aiming at center of the chest towards the left wall. Spreading your toes nice and wide on that left foot. If you chose to grab the foot, go ahead and set it down. Use your inhale to sweep the arms back up, settling into that front knee. Left arm drops down, right arm reaches up and over. Side stretch to the left. Nice. Continuing to breathe. Good. Inhale the arms all the way back up. As you exhale, plant your hands, curl your toes under and step forward. Walk your feet out so they're about the width of your mat. We'll take a little bit of a wider leg forward bend here. So heels are gonna maybe go off your mat. Toes will be slightly in. Or just explore a forward bend. Bend your knees as you need to. If it feels good, you could grab opposite elbows here. Maybe shift the weight from toes to heels or right to left. And then lift up to a flat back. You can bring your hands to your shins if that feels good. And then as you exhale, take your left hand to your right shin. Inhale the right arm up to twist to the right. Breathing in. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, lift up halfway. Right hand to the left shin. Inhale the left arm up, twisting to the left. And exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and toe heel your feet back in so they're hips distance apart. Bend your knees, press into your feet, breathe in, come all the way up to stand, pedaling out those feet as you need to. Raise your arms up over your head. Reach through your fingertips, but let the tops of the shoulders relax. Pause in this upward salute. Breathe in, reaching through the fingertips. Slight back bend if that works for you. And then as you exhale, press the hands to heart center. Inhale, sweeping up. Little back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause for a moment here. Blink your eyes closed or lower your gaze. Connect with yourself as you come to standing. Notice how you feel. Notice how your body feels. Notice or recall that intention that you set for your practice today. Notice how your weight is distributed from right to left, making any adjustments as you need to. And then inhale, the eyes opened. Exhale, the hands to the sides. Come into mountain pose. Think about pulling your navel in towards your spine, a slight tuck to the tailbone. Imagine opening across the front of the chest. So think about the shoulder blades coming together and down your back and allowing your collarbones to lengthen. Pull your head back so it's in line with your spine. Take a breath in, raise the arms up, little back bend. As you exhale, leading with your heart, forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up, look up, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press into the feet. Come all the way up, look up, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to here. Inhale, press into the feet, come all the way up. Look up, little back bend. Exhale, swan dive. Forward fold. Moving on, sun salutation A. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back first. Come into plank pose. Breathe in. From your toes or your knees, hug those elbows in, lower half weight, chaturanga. Release to your stomach. Inhale, lift your heart. Baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high. Cleansing breath, spread the fingers nice and wide, melt the heels towards the floor, sit bones press up and back. On empty lungs, look forward, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press into the feet, sweep all the way up. Look up, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Pacing with your breath here. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your right foot back first. Come to plank. Breathe in from your toes or your knees, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Heels to the floor, press away, your hands and feet away from each other. Breathe in, big exhale, look forward, walk or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up. Little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Warming the body here. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank, pause, breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, up dog, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press hands and feet away, melt the heels towards the floor. Breathe in, big exhale. Looking forward, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Melt the heels towards the floor, ground through your hands and feet. Inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward, pivot your back heel down. We're gonna take that left hand towards the left shin or the outer edge of the left foot. Inhale the right arm up for triangle pose. So you may need to place your hand further up on your leg depending on your amount of side bending and hamstring flexibility, but you're doing your best to open your chest to the right wall. Fingers spread nice and wide, micro bend in that front knee. Pause and breathe. Good. Go ahead and start to bend into your front knee. Let your top arm help your trunk up. Come into warrior two. Turn the palms up. Look over that left hand. Good. Breathe. Exhale, the palms face down. Notice your front knee over ankle alignment. Find a slight tuck to the tailbone. Breathing in. Good. Start to straighten your front knee. As you exhale, shift your weight forward and come into half moon. So fingertips can go to the floor on that left hand. Goal with half moon is that you're turning your chest just like you did for triangle towards the right wall. If you have your foot lifted, try flexing it. Good. Pause and breathe, reaching those fingertips up to the ceiling. Gracefully release, come into high lunge. So hips and shoulders square to the front, sweep the arms up, lift the gaze. Soften the bottom of the left foot, reach through the fingertips. Back knee is straight. Soften the shoulders, relax the face. Exhale the hands all the way down to the mat, step it back to plank. Breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, down dog. Pressing into the hands and feet. Notice how you feel. Try to keep your head and neck in line with the spine here. Avoid gazing back towards your feet or your knees. And when you're ready, inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Pivot your back heel down. Take that right hand and set it either on your right shin or the outer edge of your right foot. Straighten both knees. Inhale the left hand up towards the sky. Turning towards the left wall. Triangle pose. So imagine a wall behind you here in triangle. You're trying to contact as much of it as you can with your back body. Soft joints. So notice if you feel like you're kind of hanging on a certain joint, try to soften. Breathing, bending into that front knee. Sweep the left arm up, warrior two. Gazing over the front hand, soften the bottom of the right foot and turn the palms up towards the ceiling. So really long wingspan here, long neck, soft shoulders, tailbone points to the floor. Good. Inhale the palms to face down. Drawing the navel into the spine. On your next in-breath, straighten the front knee. As you exhale, shift your weight to your front leg. Half moon, second side. Floating that left foot up, turning your chest, opening to the left wall. Additional challenge would be to turn your gaze to the left. Foot is flexed on your lifted leg. Continuing to breathe. When you're ready, gracefully coming out of it, high lunge. Back knee is straight, pressing the front of the left hip forward, lift your gaze slightly. Reach through the fingertips, but let your shoulders relax. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step it back to plank pose. Breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. So pause and down dog. Once again, thinking about your alignment, thinking about lengthening the back of the calves here, back of that lower leg area. Pressing hands and feet away from each other. Good, and then when you're ready, drop your knees wide, big toes together, and sit it back to child's pose. Forehead to the mat or to stacked hands. Take your arms and bring them right back at your sides. And just pause and breathe here. Notice how you feel. Maybe a cleansing breath or two. Allowing that back, lower part of your rib cage to expand. Good. When you're ready, you can slowly make your way up to hands and knees. And then we're going to take a seat in the middle part of our mat. And then go ahead and make your way all the way back down to your back again. This time, take the soles of the feet, set them on the mat. And go ahead and extend your arms down at your sides. We'll take a nice gentle inversion today. So your feet are going to be about hips distance apart. On an inhale, let your hips come high, so hips towards the ceiling. And then walk your shoulder blades underneath you, And if it works for you, you can try clasping your hands right under your sacrum. So you're really opening the chest, and lift your chin as well. So a little front body opening here, keeping the hips lifted. Good. If it works for you, you can try floating one leg. If you can do that while keeping your hips level, that's what you're working for. If you need to keep both feet down, that's fine. Maybe set that leg down, lift both hips up nice and high, and then try lifting the opposite leg. Good. Set that foot down, lift both hips all the way up. And then as you exhale, unclasp your hands, let your arms come out wide. Pull the knees into the chest and just kind of rock out the low back again. Just like you did towards the beginning of the practice today, just kind of letting the knees go side to side, nice and easy. And then we'll let the knees fall to the right side. Extend your left arm all the way out, shoulder blades to the mat, turn and look over that left hand. And if it feels good for you, you could even try straightening your knees. If you'd like to keep them bent, that's fine too. Maybe closing the eyes and just start to breathe into that left side of the rib cage here. When you're ready, you can let the knees slowly come in one at a time or both knees together. Once again, just kind of rock gently from side to side. And then we'll let the knees drop to the left. Nice and slow, extend that right arm all the way out to a T, shoulder blades to the mat. I'm just choosing once again what you'd like to do with the knees here, maybe straightening them or keeping them bent, but turning the gaze over that right hand. Breathing deeply into that right lower rib cage. When you feel ready, slowly making those knees come back into center. Give yourself one more tight squeeze here, forehead up to the kneecaps, curling yourself into a nice tight ball. Breathing in. As you exhale, extend everything out nice and long. So legs are going to come out long, arms are going to extend up over your head. Take a full body stretch. So take up as much space as you can here on the floor. Breathing deeply, and then when you're ready, exhale the arms down to your sides, make your way into your final Shavasana, corpse pose. So really kind of curl up here or send the legs out long, whatever feels good for your body. But I invite you to come back into that same relaxed state that we started our practice in. We'll take a cleansing breath here. Inhaling through the nose, try pausing at the top of the in-breath. Notice what you feel. And then nice, long, heavy sigh through the mouth. Allow your eyes to close. Notice your breath. Notice how you feel right now. Let go of any tension, pain, worries. Allow the ground to support you. Let yourself be here present in these moments of stillness and quiet.